Hey guys, this is question MM145 of the Maths Methods Fortify study guide. We've got this river question. It's very similar to another one, but it's got a bit of different concepts in it. So on any given day, the depth of water in a river is modeled by the function h of t equals 13 plus 4 cos of pi t on 6, where t is between 0 and 24. H is our depth of the water, and t is our time after 9 a.m. Now, question A asks us to find the minimum depth of the water in the river at any point in time. So, minimum is simply equal to our midpoint minus our amplitude. So what we get is 13 minus 4, which is equal to 9 meters. Should be a pretty straightforward question, guys. This is the 1 mark question. That's your first and only mark there. And yeah, that's really it for that question. Let's just move straight on to part B. So, I'm going to leave that there. So, B, find the values of t for which h of t equals 15. So, h of t equals 15, keeping in mind that our domain is 0 to 24. So, we've got 15 is equal to 13 plus 4 cos of pi t on 6. Rearranging this, we get to 1/2 equals cos pi t on 6. I'm clearly skipping a few steps here, guys, but you just need to rearrange it a little bit. From here, we get pi t on 6 is equal to inverse cos of 1/2. And as always, guys, we've got a domain. We're looking for more than one value of t. So we need to really keep this domain in mind when working with our values. So because t is between 0 and 24, it means that we're going to have a few different answers. So according to this inverse cos of 1/2, our base angle here is going to be pi on 3, because the inverse cos of 1/2 is pi on 3, which means that we're going to have pi on 3 here. And because cos is positive in quadrant 1 and quadrant 4, we're going to have pi on 3 here, then going round to 2 pi minus pi on 3, which is 5 pi on 3. Then another one, 2 pi plus pi on 3, which is 7 pi on 3. And all the way around again to 4 pi minus pi on 3, which is 11 pi on 3. Now rearranging these, we get t equals 2, 10, 14, and 22. Now I would normally write a few more solutions here by just going around to here and here, going around again here and here, and then getting rid of the ones that weren't within the 0 to 24 range, but I knew that these 4 were going to be between 0 and 24. So, these are the values of t for which h of t equals 15. So your first mark comes when you recognize like this and this. So between here and here is your first mark, and then your second mark is obviously listing out the values of t between 0 and 24 and getting all of these, like not missing out any of these. So that's your part B. That's full marks. And as always, let me know if you have any questions, but let's just jump straight into part C from here. So, Jeremy is a young boy who likes to fish in the river. Once the water level is higher than 14 meters, lots of fish flood into the river, and this is considered a good fishing depth. For how many hours can Jeremy access a good fishing depth during a 24-hour period, correct to the nearest minute? Okay, cool. So the first things first is actually trying to figure out where it equals 14 in the first place. So we know that h of t has to equal 14, which means that we're going to get 14 equals 13 plus 4 cos of pi t on 6, which means we're going to get 1 on 4 equals cos of pi t on 6. And we just want the very first time that it equals 14 for now. So we know that the inverse cos of 1 on 4 is equal to pi t on 6, which means that pi t on 6, and remember we can use our calculator in this question, you're not expected to do this in your head because it's not an exact value, and pi t on 6 is equal to 1.31812. From here, t is equal to 2.517, and this is part C as well, just to keep that consistent, C. So t is equal to 2.517, that's all cool, and that's our first mark, guys. So that's realizing that t is equal to that. Now, this is equal to 1/4 of the time that the river is over 14 meters. Okay, so let's take a look at y for a second. So our graph is going to look something like, it's a positive cos graph, which means it starts at the top and goes down like this, and our graph has a period of 12, okay, because 2 pi over pi over 6 is 12, which means we're going to have 2 cycles in the 24-hour period. So here is our value of 14, so this is our 14, and this is our value of 2.517, which means that it's above 14 for this amount of time. So 2.517 hours, it's above 14. It's above 14 from here to here, and from here to here. Also from here to here, okay? So within this 24-hour period, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 lots of 2.517, which means that our total time is equal to 2.517 times by 4, because we've got 4 of these little sections here. This is equal to 10.07. Let's just double check that. So 2.517 times 4 is equal to, cool, 10.07, which is our second mark, okay? But our question asks correct to the nearest minute. So we actually need to find out how many minutes 0.07 of an hour is. And the way that you do that is just by doing 0.07 times 60, which is equal to 4, which means that that's 4 minutes, right? So our final answer, total time, that it's a good fishing depth, is 10 hours, 4 minutes. And that is your third mark, guys. So your first mark comes by recognizing your first value of t here, second mark with just your hours in decimal form, and your third mark comes when you actually answer the question how it was asked for you to answer it into the closest minute. Guys, that's it for question MM145. Please let me know if you have any questions. But apart from that, guys, have an awesome day.